Good morning vlog. I am up sort of early. It's only like 9 o'clock and normally I sleep until like 9:30 because we have to run some errands. But I can push my wheelchair again and I'm so happy. The only thing worse than losing your ability to walk is losing your ability to push your wheelchair and walk. So that was really frustrating. Yesterday actually I stood up to turn on the light because I was just frustrated of having to ask everybody to help me to do stuff. I fell and I was laughing and I was on the floor and my mom came in and she was like, "What are you doing on the floor?" And it wasn't a very distressing situation because I was laughing, that I was still in pain. It was difficult for me to walk. I've been told by a few doctors that I am too happy to have a chronic illness. And I think that's like a really big misconception, especially in the medical field, that sick people have to be like somber and always sad. And sure, like there are sick people that are like that and that's fine. But I would say that, you know, there's a decent amount of chronically ill people that are still happy and they don't have a depressed vibe about them. Anyways, so yeah, we gotta run some errands this morning and I can finally push my wheelchair. The nurse didn't give me any limitations after 2 days, but I'm gonna take it easy. I'm not gonna push myself up hills or outside where there tends to be more like rough on my arms, just to make sure. I don't want like the stitches to come loose on my port. So I'm just pushing myself inside, but that's still a relief because I hated having to get pushed around the house. But I will see you guys later. We are on our way to the computer doctor in hopes that we can fix my computer. Hopefully it doesn't have EDS, so it's easier to diagnose than it was for me to get diagnosed. But we're hoping they can just like do a tune-up or something and make it run a little bit faster. Hopefully, they can fix it and make it run faster and it'll work. And until then, I'll just be using an iPad to upload my vlogs. It'll probably be like a week or so of just like weird vlogs, so I'm sorry about that. I just finished filming a video. My first ever, I guess like normal non-vlog video. It was the like This Is My EDS series by Annie Elaney. I'll put her link up here or maybe up here. I don't know where it pops up anymore. I had my mom set up these cute little, like, it's like a net of lights over here. Yeah, it's really cute, isn't it? I love the ambiance. I don't know. I might film more videos. If you guys have any suggestions of like videos you might want to see from me, just like let me know down in the comments because I'd be happy to make them. I just really enjoy making videos and it doesn't really use up that much spoonage for me. It's just like talking to the camera, which is doable. But I am gonna rest now because my POTS is like boom, 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 boom. My heart rate is being miserable. It's like, I just sat up to talk to my mom and it jumped to like 160 and laying down it's resting at like 115. This port came at the right time, but like the IV fluids cannot come fast enough. And I called the cardiologist today and they said that hopefully they'll get the order in for the home health care to set me up with home fluids today, but like we don't know how long it's gonna take for that to get all set up. I'm considering going to my local GI doctor, who's different than the one who placed the port, and asking him to order me some fluids at the local infusion center, which is what he's done in the past, and that's how we found out that IV fluids help my POTS so much. But the problem with that is that not only do I have to be at the infusion center for about 3 hours to get 1 liter of fluids, but I would also have to be driven there every day and my mom would have to take off from work in order to do that. And also, I'm not super pumped about the idea of accessing my port so early when it's still healing. Even though I know you can do that, with EDS I do have a greater chance of having wound healing problems, so I'm like not sure I want to risk that. But I don't know guys, my heart rate is being so bad, I just might have to do it. Let's check my heart rate. Want to see what my heart rate's doing? My life. This is laying down after I've been resting for a while. I know the Apple Watch isn't extremely accurate when it comes to heart rate, so I usually take it using the Apple Watch so that I can get a reading, and then if I feel like it's inaccurate, I'll take it manually or with an oximeter. It's actually accurate more often than not, so I mean that's pretty impressive, but sometimes it gets like a really crazy reading, like 52 beats per minute. I'm like, psh, I know my heart rate never drops that low. No. My sister went out and she saw the zebra toy because the symbol for rare disorders in EDS especially is zebras, and it's for Rudy, who is very pumped about it.
Down.
Okay, you can give it a...
Oh, sorry.
She went to this fancy dog boutique. Do you like it, Rudy? Does it remind you of me? Aw, and it's already abandoned. Oh no, now he's coming back for it. You're so cute. Oh my gosh, you're so adorable. Rudy absolutely adores getting new toys, so whenever he gets them, he gets super pumped. And my sister got me gastroparesis friendly candy, which I'm eating because I love candy.
So I want to do it one day.
Okay. The Nate's here. I love him, but he's got like, he hasn't shaved, guys. Close up Nate's annoying porcupine beard.
This is weird.
Comment down below if you make your boyfriend shave because your EDS skin gets a rash when you kiss them, because that's what I do. Took my MacBook to the laptop doctor today, and the laptop doctor was like, good news, your MacBook doesn't have EDS. It's actually a really easy fix. He's gonna clean it. We're gonna put on this warranty. So he's gonna clean the MacBook so it runs a little bit faster, but he's also gonna change the SSD because he says he thinks that that's the problem, because my MacBook's kind of, it's a 2010 model and it doesn't have SSD like the new ones, and he said that it majorly speeds it up. He says that once he changes that, it'll actually be faster than when I originally bought it. So that's good, and the good, but even better news is that it will all be done by Wednesday. So I will be able to upload vlogs. Like right now I have my format on my camera a little bit different so the iPad can like handle the videos, and you know, so the image quality isn't as great. So I'm excited. And also my heart rate's really high. That's good news. And I was telling Nate that because Nate didn't know yet. So yay babe, my MacBook's fixed. It doesn't have a rare disease. It's not a zebra. We're going to his house to cook dinner for his family. And maybe I'm gonna eat some, maybe I'm not. I kind of crave salad, so I made Nick get some salad to cook for them, but I mean, that's gonna destroy my stomach, so I'm probably gonna regret it.
Tell her every time that the salad's gonna kill her stomach, but she's like, I don't care, YOLO! I'm like, really?
Yeah, I don't think you guys realize how good salad tastes until you can't eat it, that's all I'm saying. Anyways, transition shot! So Nate and I were discussing in the car because of something that his parents said about how it's like super difficult for us to make friends. I actually don't really have any like friends right now. I have like one friend that has EDS and she lives like 2 hours away, so I never get to see her. It's really difficult for us to make friends for multiple reasons. The biggest one being that I am disabled, and people my age are either disabled and too sick to hang out with us, don't have the time to deal with all the work that goes into making friends with a disabled person, or are really ableist and like, I'm not gonna make friends with a jackass.
We were saying like, it especially happens when you're in a small town like we are in, where we're also go to like some young adults groups, and there's only like 2 in our town. Neither of them post like any news about when they're meeting or where they're meeting on Facebook, which really doesn't help when you're trying to find out whether or not the place
or they're in a
meeting.
church that isn't accessible, because as we've discussed before, churches aren't required to follow the ADA.
Yeah, so, and it really makes it really difficult, hi Rudy, to see if it's accessible and whether or not we can go. So those don't really work out.
And even if we do go to church politics is a thing, and like if you're not going to church very often, unless you grew up in that church, 9 times out of 10 it's going to be really difficult to make actual real friendships and not superficial friendships that are just based off of, hey, we want you to become a member of our church.
So we were thinking that like we're probably not going to have actually any friends, like couple friends especially, until A, we move off to like a larger city once we get married, and B, probably until we're like in our late 20s to 30s, when people have actually like slowed down and like understand restrictions that people have on what they can do physically.
Or if we're just lucky enough to meet someone who actually understands disability and has a disabled loved one or is disabled. Like, it would be really fun to meet a couple that like one of them is disabled and one of them is able-bodied like us, because it'd be fun to like have someone with that can relate to those sort of issues.
Commiserate with them.
And I'd like to preface this by saying that I am fully aware that plenty of disabled people have loads of friends. I follow some of them on Facebook. I don't know if it's just my luck, but like all of my friends when I got sick basically just sort of abandoned me. They were like, yeah, that's too much work. Or worse yet, they kind of said that I was faking it or it was a mental health thing and not a physical thing. Once I actually became disabled and lost a lot of my friends, it became basically impossible to then make friends because of the limitations that being disabled and chronically ill puts on me. Like Nate said, we live in a really small town. There's not a lot of things you can do to make friends. I mean, basically our options are to go to church or go to a bar, and neither of us are old enough to drink, plus I'm allergic to alcohol, smoke, and strong perfumes, so like going to a bar, not the best choice for me. We were discussing that because Buddy will tell Nate like, hey, you should go out and socialize more, make friends. He's like, why would I go out without Bethany when she can't go out? Like, I would so much rather spend time with her. Unfortunately, you know, since we're kind of a package deal, that makes it difficult for both of us to make friends, not just me. Hopefully once you go off to college, you can make some friends and then bring them to me and help. I'm actually ironically an extrovert, and not having friends was really difficult for me.
Probably go find all the disabled people at college.
Please do.
And be like, go follow my fiance.
Yeah, seriously.
And if you're out there and you have like disabled friends or you're in a relationship with one, don't try and pressure them into trying to get friends, because it really is difficult. It may seem simple to you, but for them it's really difficult, so just try and take that into consideration.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes if you're trying to make friends and you're disabled, people see the wheelchair first and they're like, that's too much work. And then if you have an invisible illness, you have the flip side problem of people being like, you don't look sick. So it's like, it's a lose-lose if you're sick. It's really difficult to make friends with people who don't get it. And then additionally, if you are disabled and you have friends, recognize that that's kind of a blessing, and not all of us get to have friends once we're disabled. It can be really difficult to make those relationships. And I'm kind of really lucky that I found Nate before I got really sick. So at least I have him, and I'm not going completely batshit crazy trying to socialize with people. Anyway, so I'm gonna end the vlog here because it's late and I want to get to bed and I have to spend like an hour trying to figure out how you use iMovie on an iPad. So thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. I will see you guys tomorrow, and good night.